He was no god, just a man with salt in his veins and fire in his heart. Odysseus, king of Ithaca, who dared to challenge the endless sea and the wrath of Poseidon himself. But this story is not about his voyage, not yet. This is the day when pride and fate cross spears, the day when one duel was meant to end a war. Paris, son of Priam, gifted by the gods, cursed by their whims, calls out to the Greek king for a duel. One heart against another, one blade to decide the fate of 1,000 ships. To end 10 years of war with a single duel, it needed more than courage. It demanded sacred trust. Kings made their oaths beneath the sky and before the gods. Rams were brought for sacrifice. Wine was poured. Swords were drawn only to seal the words. Agamemnon, firm, resonant.
O Zeus, almighty, let these oaths bind our fates. If Paris falls, Helen returns with us. If Menelaus falls, she remains. Let the gods judge and punish the oath breakers.
But even as the kings prayed, fate wrote a different story. The gods, ever watchful, ever meddling, had their own plans. Steel met silence. Two men, bound by fate, by a stolen bride, and by the eyes of gods and kings. Paris, favored by beauty and the goddess of love. Menelaus, hardened by betrayal and war. Only one would walk away. The gods watched. The earth held its breath. And war paused to see who would claim Helen. Victory was in his grasp, glory within reach, but no man outwits the gods. From mist and mercy, Aphrodite saved her favor, and robbed Menelaus of his vengeance. He should have bled on the sand, but the gods do not wager their favorites. Paris was no hero, he was a prize protected. Helen, born of Zeus, prisoner of fate, burdened by beauty. She had seen two men fight for her, one with love, the other with lust. Helen, bitterly,
You return not with honor, but hidden by fog. You boast of strength, and yet Menelaus stands while you vanish.
Paris, softly.
He had help from Athena. Next time, I'll win.
You won nothing.
Come, Helen. Let us forget the battlefield. Come to me. Never have I desired you more.
And she went, not for love, but because even queens fall prey to fate, and to gods who play with hearts like dice. Menelaus, son of Atreus, his blood still hot, his honor still unsatisfied. His enemy vanished, his victory stolen by divine whim. Agamemnon.
Men of Troy, you have seen it. Let the gods be our witness. Paris is defeated. The duel is done. Surrender, Helen. Surrender her wealth. Pay the price of pride, or face the fury of every sword beneath the sun.
But the oath, sworn in solemn blood, was already broken. The gods had spoken in silence, and the war would not end in treaties, but in fire. He had seen enough of war to know this was not its end. The oath meant nothing. The gods had tasted blood, and men were still hungry. Odysseus, son of Laertes, no stranger to glory, but no slave to it either, a mind sharper than any blade, and a heart bound not by vengeance, but by home. He was no god, just a man with salt in his veins and fire in his heart, but the storm that would end this war would begin in him.